We are back on the ML Sports Platter, brought to you by CH Insurance, in your corner every day, every way. Log on to chinsurance.cc today for all of your insurance needs, including personal and commercial insurance. So excited to bring onto the program the SUDC, the defensive coordinator in charge of that 4-2-5 this year. The season is almost here. It's Elijah Robinson. How are you, ER? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. So help me out, man. I am so jazzed up about the 4-2-5 because it's a defense, right, where you like to push out some things to the perimeter, use the athleticism, rush 4 up front, 5 in the back. You don't have to use a cover 2, but you also want to kind of eliminate the big play. All that goes into one. You need a captain in the middle. You got Marlowe Wax. Am I onto something? Am I learning here? Am I good here with this thing? How exciting is this defense, huh?
I tell you what, you're onto something there, man. You did your homework. You did your homework. I think the biggest thing for us was when this staff came in, and obviously through the lenses of Coach Fran, we wanted to make sure we put our best talent on the field. You know, however that was, we didn't want to put ourselves in one just in one book and say this is how we do things. I think you have to adjust to who's your players and what they do well, and that's what we try to do. You know, I think we got a chance to get a lot of speed on the field. And get our best players on the field. And if we have to adjust, you know, we'll figure that out as we go. But the guys been working extremely hard. They've been buying into what we're asking of them. The senior leadership, just the guys who've been here, not just the addition of the portal guys, but the guys who've been here that did a great job of just helping us, being a voice of us and helping us push this thing in and embracing what we're asking of them.
So we have in Central New York had this bonanza feeling of anticipation for a season and what could be, and 4 and 5 and 3 stars and guys coming from all, you know, necks of the woods around the country. Until now, probably since the McNabb era, a little bit of the Freeney era, there's a little bit of that with Marone, but nothing like this. I mean, Fran comes in, you come in. What is it like right now? What is it like to feel it, breathe it, and try to build it at the same time? I know at the end of the day, Elijah, it's the wins and losses. I know that. But just this part right now, what is it feeling like on the day-to-day as you grow and feel it and breathe it and the excitement and the community? I mean, you guys are putting all this together. So tell me what it's like for you, because you've been everywhere as a football nomad. You're a lot younger than me, by the way, still. But what's it feel like, seriously, to be doing this right now?
Like I said, just – Coach Fran's done an unbelievable job just with giving us the vision and leading us every day. You know, and our kids they're living dart. You know, and if you talk to those guys, you kind of hear them constantly say that. So it's not just something that's out there or just put on the poster board. They're constantly living that to their life every day, and they're applying it to what we're asking them to do. I love the fact that the community is excited about these guys, and our players deserve it because they're busting their tails every day. They come in and be the best version of themselves and do something that they can be successful in and be proud of when they go out on the field and off the field as well.
Elijah Robinson with us, defensive coordinator, Syracuse Orange football. A couple more minutes here on the platter. It's all brought to you by CH Insurance. Call today for group benefits and more, and log on to chinsurance.cc. So what is it about the big-time football and the Northeast connection, right? It seems like all of it's blended together with so many of you, right? I mean, there's a little bit of the small, a little bit of the large. There's the stepping stone, right? Climbing up the ladder, knowing the Northeast, but yet being in a hotbed like the SEC. How does all of that mix together? Do you think one helps the other, Elijah?
Well, I think it's just different experiences, you know, that each person on our staff kind of had and their background, where they came from, where they started from. I think at the end of the day, they're all great men. And they've seen different things, and they learn from different people. And we got a chance to come in. Like I said, I keep leading this thing back to Coach Fran because he's the one that's won national championship.
Yeah,
and he's the one that's seen, like, from the days of Temple to Georgia, being a part with him and building a program that was not a winning program that give us the opportunity to go to the Big 12 and then from there to SEC. So. We know what it means to try to build from the ground up, and we got a great support staff, and it's a great coaching staff that kind of been through different places. You know, like I look at our offensive staff and just those guys, the NFL experience over there and the and the knowledge on that side of the ball. It makes us better on defense, you know. And then you have on our side, on the defensive side, you know, guys that kind of all have a story that's been together at some point, and we came together, you know. And I'm just excited every day to show up to work and get better.
You guys face a lot of the RPO, right? The pass and the run. You got the quarterbacks galore from Haynes King in week 2 with Georgia Tech to Cam Ward and everybody in between, drones and BT. You got all kinds of athletes and quarterbacks to approach that 4-2-5 defense with. So my question for you is, and I know that that's the way the world is today, the RPO, everything's going through the air and all that, but there's also the run elements, and in college game scripts, as you know, are flying into the NFL and have for years. And I know you've seen that, Coach. I guess it's a two-part question here. How soon do you prepare for a certain quarterback? I mean, is it really week to week, or are there some sneak peek things and some tape that you look at while you're preparing another opponent? And do you see any similarities or differences from all of these quarterbacks who you're facing on a schedule that doesn't include Notre Dame, Clemson, or Florida State, but still has some really legit clubs led by those quarterbacks? Mold those two things together for me.
I think you better focus on week 1, you know, and when it gets to that time to prepare for week 1, prior to that, you better prepare for with the things that you do and make sure you do it extremely well with the fundamentals. And as you prepare for a game, I don't think the quarterbacks in this era are too good to not give your undivided attention to that team for that week. Like I said, I believe this is the conference that has the best quarterbacks in this conference. Yeah. Like I said, I know Haynes personally, you know, from a high school kid to being with him at A&M and the type of leader he is and what he brings to the table, and the rest of this league and the quarterbacks that's in this league, man, I think the top quarterbacks come from the ACC. It's been that way for a really long time, and we had to make sure that we're prepared each week and just focusing on those guys for that week and the offensive issues that they bring. But like I said, we get a chance to go against our offense every day, who I think is one of the best staffs out there. And we have a really talented quarterback as well. A little bit different. We're talking about just a guy that's running around and things like that, but he's a complete quarterback, and he gives us issues as well. So I love the fact that we get a chance to go against Kyle McCord every day, if that makes sense. And the decisions he can make and the offensive personnel we go against every day helps prepare us for these guys.
When did you fall in love with football?
When did I fall in love with football? I know my mother and my grandmother put a football in my crib.
Yeah.
When I was born.
It's always like that with you guys. It's the mom and the grandmother in a lot of cases, right?
I remember watching Randall Cunningham and Jerry Rice. You know, that was my grandmother's people right there. So it started there, but I think I had hoop dreams early on. I think kind of football, I realized that football would be my way, not basketball. The moment that I started playing basketball in the city of Camden, you got Wagners and you got guys that's top 10 draft picks in the NBA. Sure. But my freshman year, I played basketball in high school. After that, I realized I need to focus on football, man. But as far as falling in love, man, this sport has been great for me and my family, forever in debt to the sport. It's gave me opportunity to travel, meet new people, and just grow as a man. Like I said, I think a lot of our kids these days, they learn so much through this game. That they're not just for sports, but apply for life. But I think I really fell in love with this around the sport specifically, probably a little bit middle schoolish.
Okay.
In middle school. And then I think when I knew it was strictly football, not just sports, was probably my freshman year of high school.
Nice. Yeah. The final minute I have with you or so, it seems like for you, for Fran Brown, the history of this program really means something to you guys. I mean, they have the 4th most Hall of Famers in Canton, from Jim Brown to Floyd Little and Ernie Davis and on down the list to Donovan McNabb and Freen and the coaches and old Archibald and the old winning in the 90s, all of that, you know, winning the title in 59 and Ernie Davis with the Heisman in 61, like all that stuff means something, right, to you guys? Is that true to you guys? Did you know about the history when you were young? How, you know, it seems like you care a lot right now about all of that. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I think when growing up in Jersey, Syracuse is school, you always hear about, excuse me, just from like guys from our city, the Donovan Darrises and guys like that came from our city. You go back and do some research. There was actually, I believe, there was an offensive lineman from Camden High School who was like best friends with Ernie. I think one of my little league coaches told me that. But the history, not just the football program, but this university and the opportunities uh, the opportunity that too many people had that had to travel to the Northeast to have those opportunities, man. This goes deep, man. And I think for us to have an opportunity to be a part of that history, and we're blessed. We really are blessed. And I think kids now, when they come on campus, they get a chance to hear about the history. They go watch the movie Express.
Sure.
Like there's just so much history out there that when you look back at it, we're blessed to be a part of it.
Well, I can't thank you enough for joining this show again. Elijah Robinson, defensive coordinator, running that 4-2-5, getting ready to take the field in the coming days with the Syracuse football team. CH Insurance bringing you the interview this morning, and they're wishing everybody luck over there on the hill. They're huge SU fans over there, so Joe Jr. and the whole gang wanted to send their best as well. Elijah, I'll be at the games a lot this year. I look forward to meeting you off screen and real life with a big handshake. Thank you for joining me. Best of luck to you and the team, and hey, go Orange. Appreciate the time today, man.
Thank you as well, man. Appreciate you. Go Orange.